Guys, this is going to be the first time that I'm showing this snake on YouTube. It's the first time that I know of that this snake has ever been videotaped. Well, that's not true. First time that this color mutation has been videotaped for YouTube. It's been videotaped a few other times by the original breeder, Tom Pinson Jr., so I don't get credit for this mutation. And I'm not sure if he was I know he wasn't the very first one to ever have them, but as far as I know, he's the only one breeding them now. So let's take oh no. I was hoping he wouldn't hide. And he's hiding. This is a very bad time to be shy. There is scales. Check it out. Uh-oh. New camera, guys. Where's that? Here we go. I'm hoping this is a big step up from my old camera. Alright, here he is. First time this color mutation will be on YouTube. One of the only times it's been videotaped. This is probably, I'm guessing there's about roughly 20 of these in the world. They can't be exported out of the US, and it's a very rare mutation anyway. You gonna come visit? This is a Heterodon simus, Southern Hognose Snake, and this is the high red variety, or just red. Oh, don't get scared. I know, you've never been, uh-oh. You've never been videotaped before. Okie doke. So, the guy who I bought it from is the only one right now that I know of who's breeding them in the world. He thinks this is going to end up being a codominant or dominant mutation because he's been breeding reds to normal looking ones, which unfortunately I don't have a normal for comparison. He's been breeding red to normal and getting roughly half the clutch being reds. So it's obviously not recessive. I'm thinking that it's probably going to be a dominant mutation, or not even going to fall under the category dominant and codominant, and going to be similar maybe to red and Pituophis with bull snakes. That it's just going to be a polygenic trait that isn't really going to be clean cut in how it's going to reproduce itself. Because there are already varying amounts of high red amongst the clutch, so I'm not sure how it will prove out. Either way, it's definitely heritable, and definitely can be passed on. And these are undoubtedly very attractive snakes. I really enjoy him. He's. I'm probably going to end up borrowing a female from a guy who also bought from Tom. Let's come out and say, whoa! You're very scary. You're a very scary hognose. I'm loving the new camera, as you can see. I can actually go in and focus. Unbelievable. Not that close. I'll have to back it up. There he is. You can just get a nice idea how rich his reds are. Really nice compared to a regular one. Hi, buddy. Beautiful colors. Okay. Let's zoom out. See if we can Get you out a little bit more, huh? Woohoo! You're very scary. You're a very scary guy. No one wants to mess with you. That's for sure. Red Southern Hognose cam. What a beautiful snake. Here's a nice overall view of him. Back up a little bit. There's his whole body. Here's an average size hand. So he's only about he's only about a foot long. Weighs like 70 grams, and he's about maxed out on his size. Really, he's from a fairly small female, as far as I know. And they don't males don't get that big anyway. But I'm just having a blast with a new camera and visiting with this really unique animal that even the normal southerns are very rare in captivity. Number one, the species is not. The species is rare as a whole in the wild, which makes them rare in captivity. For the most part, that's not always true. Also, they're notorious for being difficult to get to eat rodents. Take a look at these nice scales. Wow. They're notorious for only eating toads and frogs and the lizards. But Tom has worked diligently in switching his line over to unscented rodents from hatchlings, and so this guy and all of his siblings have fed on unscented pinky rodents from their very first feeding. And during the winter time right now, even though I'm in South Florida, it's still cold. Well, cold for these guys. Like right now, it's 77 as a daytime high, which is a lot colder than normal. And he's only eating about a large fuzzy a month. Not eating very much, but that's okay. He's not losing any weight. This is really neat for somebody who likes these. That is just intense color. And it's not... The color isn't just on the scales, it's actually on the skin. Because he's had I've seen other ones where if you look in real tight, that only the scales have the red color and not the skin, and then that will actually fade as they get older and they end up looking fairly normal looking. And that's obviously, those ones are not the true genetic red like these are. So here he is. Have a different kind of neat color on their tail, different from the rest of their body. Just taking a look at him in general, since this is, I'm sure for most of the people who see these videos, this is the first time you've ever seen this mutation. Maybe it's the first time you've ever seen a southern hognose. Not very common, but really fun to have. Cute little upturned nose, obviously how they get their name. And they obviously huff and puff a little bit when they get scared, and if they get really upset, as some of you may know, they roll over and play dead. But this guy knows better than to think that I'm really a threat to him, and he's never played dead. All he does is, if I poke at him, he'll kind of puff up and flatten his head. That's it. So, as you can see, he's getting tired of me, and looks like he's going to be heading under the ledge of the vision cage here, where he likes to hide, and that will be perfect timing to end the video.